Hey guys, what's up? It's Catherine. Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a different kind of video on my channel. Today we'll be doing a chatty kind of like coffee slash tea chat. I do actually have my tea today. I have the Trader Joe's English breakfast tea. As you guys know, I love that tea. So that is what I will be sipping on today while we chat about some stuff. And no, I will not be spilling the tea in any form in this video, if you guys know what I mean. But I basically started this on Instagram. I asked you guys if you'd be interested in seeing like weekly kind of chats from me where I answer your guys' questions, talk about different topics. So every video will be a different topic, and if you guys want to send in any questions for any of these, you can go ahead and make sure you're following me on Instagram, because I will randomly be posting these question posts where you guys can send in the questions based on what the topic is. So if you guys want to be featured in the video or get your question answered, go ahead and make sure you're following me on Instagram so you can get your question in as soon as I post it. Alright, I am going to pull up the Instagram questions right here. So the topic that we have this week for today's tea chat is going to be all about relationships, friendships, and significant others, everything around there. So I'm going to go ahead and start going through the questions that you guys sent in, and we're just going to go ahead and chat, and I'm going to share my thoughts and feelings on things that you guys asked. So let's get started. I'm also very much enjoying the new mug that I picked up at HomeGoods the other day. It says Queen on it. I felt like it was very fitting, and I was like, new video, new mug. Just needed to happen. So if you guys are curious where my mug is from. First question says, how do you get the trust of someone back? Honestly, when it comes to trust and me personally, that is something that I hold very near and dear to my heart. Trust is a major thing that I feel like you need to have in any friendship or in any relationship with a significant other. Even if it's like friends and family, that's a huge thing, but I'm going to try to stay on the topic of just friends and friendships and relationships here. So when it comes to trust, with me, once you break that trust, it's basically impossible for me to feel like you can ever build that trust back. And that's just something that is my personal preference on it. I have had so many friendships and relationships where they have broken my trust, and I just don't find it very easy to let that person back into my heart, whether it's a friendship or a relationship with an ex. Once that line is crossed for me, it's almost impossible for you to move past that. I mean, I know a lot of people that are very, very forgiving and very easy to move forward with that, but I am also a Taurus. I am just naturally very stubborn, no matter what it is. I have a very stubborn like personality and sense of, I don't know where I was going with that, but personally, I don't know how to gain someone's trust back. I mean, I wouldn't say that I've completely ever broken someone's trust so badly that it was so hard to get back, or really even like broken someone's trust at all as far as like any of the friendships that I have now. So I guess I'll leave that up to you guys. If someone has done something to break your trust and you have a hard time trusting what they say or what they're gonna do next, I think it's personally just up to you, and you need to decide, is this someone that's gonna change their ways and prove to me that they can be trustworthy again? Because it's all up to you in the end. You can't really rely on someone else to tell you whether or not to trust that person again. You just kind of have to listen to your mind, listen to your heart, and figure out where you stand with the matter. You guys sent in some good ones. There's a lot in here, so hopefully I can get through them all. I'm gonna try my best. How did you make good friends? I would say definitely as an adult, it is so much harder to make a lot of friends. You're not in grade school anymore. You're not forced to be around these people 24/7. I mean, if you are in college and you don't go to like a commuter school, I would say it's still pretty easy to make friends. A lot of people join sororities or fraternities, stuff like that in college to meet other people, so that is another way if you're in college. For me personally, making good friends, my very best friend I met through YouTube, so like you really never know where you're gonna meet someone. A lot of my other good friends I have met from grade school and I still keep in touch with them. But when it comes to the adult world and trying to make friends, that is definitely a hard thing. I have met some of my very good friends through other people, and I will say some of those friendships that, like, I have known someone since I was 13 years old, and that friendship fell through for honestly something so stupid, and we just both went about it the wrong way, and there was no trying to fix that friendship afterwards. And I met some good people through this friend, and I'm actually still very close with a few of the people that I met through this girl. So you can meet friends through your friends and end up being closer with them. I mean, there's lots of opportunities, but those are the ways that I've found I've made my good, strong friendships. Of course, this question, I guess I will put at the beginning of the video and I will answer it because I know a lot of people are gonna be wondering. Are you still dating your boyfriend? Saw you posted something on Instagram about heartbreak. I will keep this very short and simple because I kept my relationship very private online, and I'm not going to like spill all the details on anything that happened. My close friends know what happened and that's about it. And like, those are the only people that really need to know. So I will say this, no, we are no longer dating and I am single. So we're just gonna move past that, and just know I won't be sharing any details. My relationships are something that I keep very private to me. So just know that there's never gonna be anything talked about online about that. What do you do when you are always the friend giving and your friend doesn't give back? This one, I will have to say, if you're the friend that's always giving and giving and giving and you don't have a friend that's reciprocating that back to you, I'll be real, that's a very toxic relationship. That's a toxic friendship that you don't need in your life. I had someone that I was very close with, and there was one point where I came to her crying about something, and her response was, well, like, you see what's happening to you. This is why I don't get close to people. This is why I don't like listen to other people's stories. I don't know how you want me to help you. And just that expression from her just made it very clear that she doesn't really care about her relationships with other people. And being the friend on the other side when I had done like so much for this person, that was when it just kind of clicked in my mind, and I was like, why am I friends with this person if she truly doesn't want to be there for me when I have been there for her through everything? So that is a friendship that, again, I no longer have because I realized that's very toxic and it should never be one-sided, whether it's a friendship or a relationship with a significant other. It's a two-way street no matter what it is. What is one thing that you value most in your relationships/friendships? Honesty is a very big thing for me. People who are very upfront, friends or significant others who aren't going to lie about things or hold things back or only say something to me because they think I want to hear it. I'm that kind of person, well, I'm that kind of friend that is going to be very blunt with you. If you ask me something and I see that you're asking because you really want to know, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I'm not gonna bullshit my way through answering for what you want to hear. I'm gonna answer it the way that you need to hear it. And that's something that I look for in friendships. I don't play those games. I don't like feed into the whole like, oh, we just want to comfort her. Like, I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear. So honesty and just someone that's very upfront is something that I usually look for and appreciate in other people. How to deal with fake friendships / them being fake towards you. So if you're in this situation, I've been in this situation where, like, sometimes if you don't have a lot of friends and you end up meeting these people and you start to realize they're being very fake towards you and it's just not a good situation, you have to like pull yourself out of that and realize that there is something better for you out there, and that you don't need to be put down, or you don't need someone to be like so fake to your face or two-faced towards you. Like, you don't have to put up with that. Like, you can walk away, you can make other friends, because true friends or true relationships with other people are never gonna be fake with you. Like, if someone's being fake with you, I would not consider them a friend. I wouldn't tell them my personal details or my secrets or anything that's really going on in my personal life. Like, I tend to keep a lot of people at an arm's arm's distance, whatever that saying is. But that is more to protect me, because I don't like having people out there sharing these like personal things with me, or I don't want to end up telling someone something very personal and then them just like telling all of their friends, or like letting it get around. Like, especially in this industry, I feel like you have to be very careful about that, because you never know who's gonna say what. Who is your best friend and why? Well, I always tell people that Leanna is my best friend. Leanna is the gem goddess on YouTube. I'm sure you guys have seen us on Instagram doing videos on YouTube, stuff like that. If I had to choose like one absolute person that has been there for me for everything, who knows like probably all of my secrets, it's that one person. But I do have a lot of other very close friends that know like more of the details of my life and stuff that's going on, but I wouldn't say they know like absolutely every single like dirty detail about everything. But Leanna is like that one person who I trust with that, and that's like a 3-year friendship so far. So I mean, you can have friends from grade school that you've known for like 14 years and still not be as close with them as someone else that you end up meeting later in life. I just love tea so much. Next question. How did you know that your boyfriend was the one, or the one you wanted to marry? Well, to be honest, I haven't met the one. I don't know who I want to marry, so I can't really tell you what that's like or what that feels like to feel like you want to marry this person and like spend the rest of your life with them, have kids with them, like all of those things. So honestly, I feel like I'm not the person to ask, because I don't know any of those things. I will say, like, you do get into relationships and in your mind you start to wonder if like this is where it's going and if this is what you want, and you kind of like start to get okay with the idea. But I feel like I don't have that insight to be like, it's this or it's that. I personally don't know. Some people just, when you know, and other people it takes them a while. So I think everyone moves at like different paces. When hanging out with friends, are you a planner or a spontaneous one? I used to be someone that had to have everything planned out and I had to know in advance. But as I've gotten older, I'm someone who I kind of like thrive on the spontaneity of things. I typically don't plan things with my friends unless it's like a major trip or there's a lot of people involved or something like that. That's totally different. But usually I am that friend that's like, hey, let's go do this today, or hey, who wants to come do this with me today, or I found this cool thing that I want to go check out. Like I usually am the kind of person that's like very quick to act on things when it's like, oh, I have an idea for an adventure, let's go. What do you do when you and your friend just drift apart after 14 years of being friends? That is a very long friendship, but I will say that things happen in your life for a reason. If you start to drift away from a friend and you feel like you've tried and you've done as much as you can to try to save that friendship, then if it's still drifting away at that point, it's kind of just time to let it go and move on. Like, you may be at different points in your life, you may not have the time to see each other the way that like you used to, or this and that, but at the end of it you kind of have to think, is this the kind of friendship that I'm gonna have to work on 24/7 and just to try to save it? Because if it is, then you have to decide if that's worth it to you. So think about those things. I mean, I'm not here to tell you like you need to do this or you need to do that or like anything. I'm just here to like share my thoughts and opinions on it. But if I had a friendship that was drifting apart after that long, and I have had plenty of friendships that we've just drifted apart, like if you feel like you've put in the effort, or if you feel like you're always the one reaching out, maybe it's time to just let that go and move on. Like, it's very clear that maybe they're moving out of your life so you can meet another person, another soul that just needs to be in your life at that point in time, or maybe for the rest of your life. You never know. So I always say, when one door closes, another one opens. So I like to think of it in that way. It's very warm in my room right now, and I'm also drinking very hot tea with a thick sweater on, and whew, it's getting very warm in here. So I don't know how much longer I can sit through. Okay. I just realized that, whoa, I don't even know if you guys heard that noise that my throat decided to make after I swallowed my tea. This video is already like 18 minutes long, so I'm gonna jump onto this last question, and that's gonna be it for today. This last one says, thoughts on cheating. Cheating, that's a very good one. A lot of people have different definitions of cheating. For me personally, cheating, no matter what it is, what happens to me, there is emotional cheating and there is physical cheating. but it doesn't mean that one is worse than the other or that one is more painful than the other, because no matter what happened at the end of it, like if you got cheated on, that shit hurts and it's not fun to go through. I've been cheated on before and it sucks. I'll be real with you, like it's hard to get over a lot of it. You're angry or you're upset or you're confused as to why this person that you put your whole heart and soul into could come back and do that to you. Like, it's happened to me, I'll be real, like hurts, it sucks. I've moved on. That was like years ago when that happened. And I mean, I will say this, I'm not usually one to judge. I really try not to, because to each their own. But personally, I have never understood the people out there that let someone cheat on them, whether it's emotional or physical, and go back to them. I mean, I can't wrap my mind around it, because I could never bring myself to go back to someone like that. Like, even if we were on a break for like a week or something, like I feel like that's not like a real breakup, like that's not like a hard line drawn. So even to me, if like we were on a break or something, because I mean I have gone through this before with someone and, you know, realized my decisions, but like even if that person was on a break with you and like they still go out and like hook up with someone else or something like that, that to me is still just like, nope, can't do it. Don't know why people still do it. It kind of confuses me, because I mean, term break is very just like the gray area. It's not very black and white like a breakup. So those are my thoughts on that. I mean, you guys asked, I answered. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the chattiness of this 20-minute video. I think my camera is going to overheat very soon, so I'm just gonna end it here. If you guys want to be a part of the next video that I do this and the next topic, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, because the questions do come from there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in my next video.